Hi everyone, this is Kim with Paranormally Yours, and today's book review is on Death Perception. It's the 6th book in the Psychic Eye Mysteries by Victoria Laurie. I've been reading this series since the summer, and I really love it. Abby Cooper is a psychic, and she kind of falls into these, you know, what would you say, mysteries. She kind of falls into them and gets involved in them and helps solve them, which is really great, because she's not really adept to it, but she kind of rolls with the punches because she is thrown into them. So in the 6th book, she is with Dutch, and her and Dutch are adjusting very well to their new living situation, and everything is great, and they're getting along when Dutch's family member calls him to let him know that a cousin of his was kidnapped. He lives in Vegas, and him and Dutch have a very close relationship. They grew up together like brothers, and so he's very upset and he wants to go out there right away. So Abby volunteers to go with him to help him, and he agrees, so they go off to Vegas. They get to Vegas and they find out that his cousin Chase wasn't the only one kidnapped. Chase's boss that he was working for at the time was also kidnapped. His name was Delgado, and Chase worked for like a private security company that Dutch owned, and so he was kind of like working as Delgado's bodyguard at the time of the kidnapping. So they both were kidnapped. Chase is married with a baby, and so they talk to the wife, and she doesn't really clue them in a whole lot on too much personal stuff because of her pride, I guess. But so they're investigating this, and it gets really good. I mean, it's funny and it's good up until that point with Abby and Dutch, but it gets even better after Dutch. While Dutch is investigating, he's also really sick. He's had like some sort of stomach virus, and he's been vomiting and fever, and Abby's been really worried about him. They separate at some point in time, or you know, were separated, and he took off to do some stuff on the investigation while she was taking a nap or something, and she never sees him again. So he goes missing. So Abby freaks out, and she finds out that she tracks his cell phone because he put a GPS tracking system in it, because it's, you know, issued from the FBI, so she has a matching phone to his. Anyway, she tracks his car down, and it was in an accident, and there's a young woman injured in his car, and he's not there. So she follows the woman to the hospital, and because she wants to find out who she is. You know, where's Dutch? Why are you in his car with his phone? And she wakes up and she has amnesia. So while she's there, she overhears Dutch's boss from the FBI is there, and she overhears him talking, and she freaks out. She takes off, and she later finds out that, you know, he's out to get her. The FBI is officially chasing her ass down. So she's now in hiding and freaking out and doesn't know what to do. So, you know, of course, who do you call when you're in trouble and you're alone in a new city you've never been in? She calls her sister. She calls her sister Kat for some money, and and then she calls her partner Candace for some help, because Candace is a really great PI, and you know, she would know what to do. So Candace and Kat, her sister, show up in Vegas, and oh my gosh, the three of them are just freaking hilarious. So the story really picks up, and basically the rest of the book is them three investigating what the hell happened to Dutch and where is he, and they're trying to find him because she knows he's really sick, and she keeps having visions of Dutch dying. So they're frantically trying to find him and trying to find out what happened to him, and they get into so many funny scenarios and situations. But I would have to give the story credit that if it weren't for Candace, oh my gosh, because Candace, you know, she's a PI and she's done this for a really long time, so she knows a lot. Plus, we also find out a lot about Candace. She is from Vegas, so that this makes the story even more interesting, more intriguing, more involved because of Candace. And it was really awesome. It was really, really funny and entertaining, and it, you know, it had a serious tone, you know, kidnapping and people dying and stuff. But you know, it was done in a kind of an upbeat way, if that's possible. If it's possible to make a kidnapping and murder upbeat, Victoria Laurie did it. It's not really intense and serious, you know. I mean, there are moments that it's intense because, you know, I've been reading the books from book 1, so I'm really involved with Abby and Dutch and their, you know, their character and their relationship and everything. So it's on the intense side for me, but not, you know, brooding intense. It's just, you know, you have a moment, a situation, and then, you know, it's kind of over. So I really, really liked it. I gave it 4 fangs, and I highly recommend it. I highly recommend you read the series in order. It follows Abby Cooper, the psychic, and in order to understand, you know, her relationship with Dutch and everything, you really need to read the books from book 1 in order through. Each book is a new story, but it has continuing information, you know, in it. Like it's following Abby. So, you know, what happened in book 5 kind of continues over into book 6. So if you didn't read book 5, you're not going to know. Well, you'll know because she kind of taps on it, but not in detail, and so you're like, you know. But if you read it, you'll be like, oh. Okay, you go from to oh. Just remember that. So it makes it more entertaining. So follow my blog on paranormallyyours.com. I will post the full written review on this book on there and have links for you where you can purchase it, where you can find it, the blurb, the whole shebang. So keep watching, keep following, sign up for my newsletter emails, and I do monthly giveaways for subscribers only. So subscribe and follow, and I'll see you next time. Bye.